Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes for December Little Box of Horrors to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
If you haven't heard of what Little Box of Horrors is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together and they create polishes and items, all based off of like a paranormal, spooky, horror sort of theme. And then it usually drills down to a more specific theme. I'll have that theme listed here because I can't remember it for the life of me. Similar to our other collabs, polishes and items are capped, meaning only a certain amount are created. Little Box of Horrors, the shop always opens the 15th of every month and they close on the 30th. I have a lot to share, so let's get into it. First up, we have Victorian Varnish, and this one is Spores, Sprockets, and Fungi. It's priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 200. The inspiration is Mushroom Wielding Winter Garden Steampunk Gnome. Now, just keep in mind, so the cap is 200, but because I am launching this video a little bit later after the shop opened, there may not be exactly 200, but there's still some available. It is a thermal polish, so a teal thermal, so teal in the warmer state and clear in the cold state. It has 2 iridescent shimmers ranging from violet, blue, pink, green, purple, and peach. And it is very, very shifty. I built it up in 2 coats and I was very happy with 2 coats. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody, just depending on your preference, especially in the warmer state because it's more, not the warmer state, I'm sorry, the colder state because it's more of a clear sort of shade. But I didn't get it to a clear. It was mostly like a very, very light baby blue. But I was completely fine with that. I know I'm not the biggest fan of baby blue, but this has a lot of beautiful shimmers in here. The shimmer is visible in both states, which I appreciated. We can see a lot of the pink and a lot of the purple, but there is some peach peeking on through. And then, of course, we have all sorts of different blues coming through in this polish. Really enjoyed this one. I've been saying a lot that I have been enjoying thermals on my shoulder nails just because I don't get that like French manicure transition. I like either an all over transition or like, you know, some of my nails in different states, different colors. But I really enjoyed this one of my faves. Pictured are 2 coats of Victorian Varnish, Spores, Sprockets, and Fungi with a glossy top coat. Here we have Dan Lacquer, and this is Blood Harvest, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 40. Now, this one's inspired by the Chupacabra. Oh my gosh. It has a blue-gray base that's packed with a glowy pink to gold shimmer, and it has a generous amount of black micro flakies. I love my hollow flakies. I love my black flakies. Any polish that has those components, it's like immediate. Just it draws attention to me. I built this one up in 3 coats. To me, it was more like a crelly sort of formula, so I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. But oh my goodness, the shifts are just glorious. We see pink and it's very glowy. It just like glows from within. And then I see a little bit of peach, a little bit of gold, and even I want to say green at extreme angles, but I really love how all these components are working so well together. Nothing is hidden. So you have your gray base, you have your pink shimmer, the peachy gold shimmer, and you have the black flakies, and everything is visible. None of the components take away from each other. Love this one. This is like an all year round polish for me. Pictured are 3 coats of Dan Lacquer, Blood Harvest with a glossy top coat. Dan Lacquer is also bringing us Samsquatch. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say this, guys. Samsquatch? I don't know, but it's inspired by Sasquatch. It's priced at $13 and there's a cap of 40. This one is described as a chocolate brown crelly with tons of colorful metallic glitters and has a touch of red shimmer. Another fantastic formula. I think Dan Lacquer in the formula so far for me anyways has been really, really good. This brand is a newer brand for me, but all of the polishes that I have swatched thus far have really been impressive with the formulation, application, and all of that. This one reminds me of like a chocolate bar with like colorful candies like melted into it. It's a very fun polish. I feel like because of all of the colorful glitters, you can wear this in the winter if you want like a pop of color, or if you wanted to wear this in the summertime, like something a little bit, you know, darker and get away from like your neons and stuff. You can still do that.
because it has the wonderful metallic glitters. But honestly, you can wear polish whenever you want. There's no rules. But because I'm a seasonal polish wearer, I usually associate polishes with certain seasons and certain months. Pictured are 3 coats of Rain Dance Lacquer. I'm going to leave that name up there because I'm not going to butcher again, with a glossy top coat. Peculiar Polish is bringing us Kelpies. This one's priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 75. And the inspiration is Scottish and Irish folklore. So a Kelpie is a shape-shifting water spirit that can appear as a horse or a human. This one is described as a light bright green flaky bomb full of green color-shifting ghost chameleon flakies. I built this one up in 3 coats. I'm going to say 2 to 3 coats for everybody. If you want more of an opaque look, you want to go in for 3 coats. And if you have longer nails, 3 coats would probably work best for you. Or if you wanted something a little bit more sheer, more ethereal-like, then 2 coats would be fine. But I was happy how it looked in 3 coats. This is a beautiful, beautiful light green. It's very flattering on my skin tone. I thoroughly enjoyed those chameleon flakes. They just looked so mirror-like, so glass-like. And yes, they shift colors, but it's a very light and airy shift. I think it goes so well with this base color and just the whole vibe. Pictured are 3 coats of Peculiar Polished Kelpies with a glossy top coat. Here we have Nal Lacquer, and this is Hide and Seek Level Expert, priced at $13, and there is no cap, and the inspiration is Samsquatch. This is a rusty brown that has pink, orange, gold, green, shifting metallic shimmer. This one is definitely like rustic vibes with so much sparkle. The shifts are incredible as well. So we definitely see green and gold. We see that pink glowing from within. And then of course the orange. This one would be a lovely polish for the fall time. Honestly, I feel like if you wanted to get away from your traditional Valentine's polishes and add a little something extra, this one would be so pretty because it still has that pink glow, but then obviously it's a much darker color. But Nal Lacquer did it again. This polish is absolutely stunning. Pictured are 2 coats of Nal Lacquer Hide and Seek Level Expert with a glossy top coat. Next up is Cracked Polish, and this is Call of the Deep, priced at $13, and this is a cap of 100. This one's inspired by urban legends, sirens. So this one is described as a sheer black polish that has a blue to purple shifting shimmer. This one was beautiful, guys. You can see on the first coat we go on sheer, but on that second coat, just wow, like the transformation is beginning. We really see that blue and purple shimmer just building up. I did go in for a 3rd coat. I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody, and that just sealed the deal. We get this beautiful, deep, dark, but bold shade, and then just a heaping amount of that blue to purple shifting shimmer. How glorious is this, guys? This is a beautiful polish for the winter time, beautiful for Valentine's Day. It is just so glowy and so hypnotizing. I love how we have this dark, deep base, but the shifts are still visible. We don't lose any of the pigment with a deep, dark base. This would be fantastic as a pedicure as well. I think I actually might use this for my next pedi. Pictured are 3 coats of Cracked Polish, Call of the Deep with a glossy top coat. Here we have BCB Lacquers, and this is Legend Says, priced at $13.50, and it's capped at $150. Inspiration is Kelpies. This is a glow-in-the-dark polish, but it's a dark gray crelly with green blue flakes, blue purple flakes, and black flakes, and blue teal glow-in-the-dark pigment. And I'll show you guys a photo of it glowing in the dark. We can see here on the second coat, we really are building up that base. Now, I just want to say, please work in thin coats with this one because we have lots and lots of flakies. It can definitely get very gloopy and gloppy very quickly. So thin coats is going to be best for you guys. You may want to use a glitter smoother. You don't have to. It's not going to dry texture or anything. I think if you use a nice, thick glossy top coat, you'll get that nice plump, juicy finish. But this one is another mysterious polish, but with, tiny pops of color and glimmer in the mix. Definitely a fun polish for the winter time. Definitely something I think would be pretty for Valentine's Day, like your non-traditional Valentine's Day, because it's just the flakies in here are just so pretty. Here is the photo of it glowing in the dark, so very bright and bold and pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of BCB Lacquers, Legend Says, with a glossy top coat. And the last polish we have is also from BCB Lacquers. This is the Power of 3 Will Set Us Free, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 150 bottles. It's inspired by Prue, Piper, and Phoebe casting a spell in the show Charmed. It is a deepened teal with hollow, and it has a strong pink, orange, gold, green shift. The formula for this one was fantastic. You can already see on that second coat we're building up to full opacity. There is definitely a heaping amount of that hollow. The pink is super strong. We see a little bit of the orange peeking on through, some of that gold and green, I'd say like at very extreme angles, but we're getting a lot of that beautiful pink. I love blues and pinks mixed together. I think it just looks so good. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like we have something dark and then something light and feminine in the mix. I don't know, but I personally like that combo color, that combo mix. But this one had a fantastic formula and such a beautiful finish. Definitely an all year round polish. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. The Power of 3 Will Set Us Free with a glossy top coat.
All right, guys, this was really hard. So I am going to pick favorites. I have like 5, and I was like looking at my lineup, right? Because anytime I swatch these collabs, I always just line them up so I can view them. And I was like, all right, think, which ones are your favorites? And I honestly had a lot. So here we go. First one being from Raindance Lacquer. This is Blood Harvest. I love gray polishes. I love the smokiness of this one. The beautiful like glow in the shifts. I thought it was so pretty. Cracked polish, and this one is Call of the Deep. It just looks so good on my short nails. When I swatched this, my nails were really short. I mean, they're short already, but they were just like freshly filed and cut, so they were super short, and it just looks so good. Like just the shifts, the dimension, the depth of the color, really enjoyed it. Victorian Varnish. This one is Spores, Sprockets, and Fungi. And this one's a thermal. I know thermal, my short nails, I always feel some type of way, but I know I've said this in a previous video or at some point in time, but I've really been loving thermals on my shorter nails. I love the either like the full transition or the sort of like in between where it's like maybe on the outer edge of my nails and like the inner edge is like a different temp. I think it looks really cool. I'm not a big fan of like the tips, like that French manicure tip with the thermals. I love it either to be like in between one or the other, and loved this one, loved the glow. It was just so pretty. BCB Lacquers. This is the Power of 3 Will Set Us Free. Oh, like just the formula. The color is like this teal base, sort of. It has a green and blue, well, yeah, teal. And then it has this lovely pink purple shift. It just looked really nice. And then last favorite is Hide and Seek Level Expert from Nal Lacquer. Just a beautiful vampy shade for this time of year. Again, I loved how it looked on my shorter nails. It just looked fresh and just like ready to take the day. It has a beautiful glow too. All right, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know what you are planning on picking up for Little Box of Horrors. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.